Sometimes you watch it and you wonder how much of this has gotten into his head. And then all of a sudden, they're running the other quarterback out onto the field yesterday. I mean, Jeff, how would you describe what they did with Jalen Hurts last night?
Absolute waste of time. I mean, how can you describe it any other way? You're going to run them out there, throw a pass, or run them back. There's nothing being built by doing that. You're not getting the player better. You're not getting Carson Wentz better, and you're dang sure not getting your offense better by running a guy out, letting him play a couple snaps a game. That's not developing a quarterback. That's not developing. If you're going to send him in with a game plan. Like, what are we going to do with Jalen Hurts to improve our offense? What can he do differently than Carson Wentz to give us a spark? None of that showed last night. Absolute waste of time.
Yeah, I was looking for the change of pace, and it didn't really feel like a change of pace. It was just a change of personnel. And, Greg, you were making an analogy in our meeting this morning that certainly rang a bell with me, and I think people will remember.
It rang a bell with me too, Greeny. 2012, there was a team coming off really 2 out of the last 3 years they had gone to the AFC Championship game. That's the New York Jets, and they had a young quarterback that was pretty successful, relatively speaking, in his first 2 years in Mark Sanchez. And then they go ahead and they bring in a guy like Tim Tebow. And all they did by bringing in Tim Tebow was undermine Mark Sanchez at that point, because Tim Tebow, as a fan favorite, they wanted to see him on the field. So they'd sprinkle him in a little bit, 1 or 2 plays a game, and then Mark started to play poorly, started to search a little bit, started to lose his confidence. And next thing you know, the boos and all the negativity got a little bit louder, and what's a difficult market to have success. So I think by playing Jalen the way they did in last night's game actually undermines the quarterback position, especially for a guy that's searching a little bit on a team that's struggling offensively.
So let me go to my insider here, and Dan Graziano. And Dan, you have pointed out repeatedly that no matter how frustrated anyone is with Carson Wentz, he's not going anywhere. The contract dictates that. But that may not be the case for the coach. Is he suddenly sitting on a hot seat?
Yeah, Greeny, I don't think we can sit here on December 1st and say with confidence that Doug Peterson is safe. I think it sounds ridiculous given that he won the Super Bowl 3 years ago and it was the first one in Eagles history, and you would think you could dine out in Philadelphia a little longer than 3 years on something like that. But go back to the beginning of the season, all the injuries, all the issues that were going on with the Eagles. What you heard was there's a lot of pressure on the quarterback and a lot of pressure on the coach to help guide them through this, and neither one has done the job. Carson Wentz has played poorly, seems to have regressed, and Peterson's decisions are not working out. And what's worse than that is look at the Jalen Hurts example. There doesn't seem to be any consistency of message or vision in terms of what they're trying to accomplish there. If you're a player on that team or a fan of that team or work in the front office at that team, you want to be able to look at Doug Peterson and say, what are you doing here? And have him have an answer. And it just doesn't seem like he has one. So things are turning ugly there in Philly. They're going to need one of those patented big Doug Peterson Decembers to turn this around, or else this chatter is only going to get louder.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.